Hey friends, it's Greg from Stationary Shenanigans. So recently I uploaded a video of a plan with me where I kind of just walked through my planning process with no real plan for it. And you seem to all like that. So I figured since May is upon us, if you can believe it or not, I will do a little bit of planning in my academic planner because it is 2 weeks until I have the freedom of summer. So I'm going to walk through that a little bit and just have a little chat. I'm also recording this on my new camera, where if you followed my camera saga when I broke my old one, but my insurance paid for it, I was able to order a new one. And I just had some time today to actually sit down and read about the camera and get it set up. And it's really cool because it even connects to like an app on my phone. So I can do remote recording and I can control things from my phone while I'm actually talking to you all. So this is something new to me that I'll be getting used to. I'm also not sure how the audio quality will be, so we'll just find that out. So it's kind of like we're testing out things together. But anyway, I've grabbed two planners. I have my Reime Da Vinci and my campus diary from Kokuyo, that's weekly. I grabbed some random stickers on the top of my drawer, and I grabbed one of my little things of washi tape. And I'm gonna grab my favorite pen that I've been using pretty much every day at the university, which is this Dr. Grip 4+1. And let's get to do some planning. So first, let's do our actual planning for school and work before I talk about the Reime a little bit. So I did not do very good last week with my planning. Let's just do a quick little flip through. So I have been using this. It's worked out so well to have a sheet of just note paper opposite of my planning. This is definitely a good thing for me, and I think I'll continue to use this next semester as well. And then again, this is also like hashtag messy planning. So this is not for aesthetic. This is actually for someone who works more than one job and has lots of things on my plate. And while I do a little bit of decorating, I'm not focusing on like the aesthetic of it. It's truly like functional planning. So believe it or not, this week is over. So let's skip to, last week is over. So let's skip to this week. I did have some important deadlines on here. And to also preface that, I am going to sync things with my Google Calendar. So I use Google Calendar for my actual appointments, my classes, my office hour appointments with students and things like that, just because the functionality of it is so important, especially when you're collaborating and I have to send invitations to people and such. So basically, last week and this week, I relied on my Google Calendar for everything. But let's turn it around a little bit here. So first, I'm going to do some planning, then we can just decorate with some stickers for the fun of it. So we have May 1st coming up. It's now May 30th, late at night, and I decided I wanted to record. So I actually submitted my proposal and presentation for my final project for my medical rhetorics class, which I'm actually giving that presentation at 9:30 tomorrow morning. I feel prepared for it, so that's good. I'm going to cross off the days here. And in the tradition of making sure I paid my rent, I'm going to write that down. I know I prepay my rent because I'm super paranoid, but I'll have to double check that I actually did. And then I'm looking at my calendar here. So tomorrow, it looks like I am working my other job from 2 to 5. So I'm just going to note that on here. It's still on my Google Calendar, but I want to make sure I have that on here. I have 2 back-to-back classes. Okay. And then Thursday, I actually have a presentation, a works in progress presentation for my medieval literature class, which I finished today, which is awesome. So I have to do that. And then I'm actually going to Lexington, Kentucky Thursday nights, because I'm going to a comedy show on Friday night. So I wanted to drive Thursday and then maybe during the day on Friday, since I took off from my other job and I don't teach or anything on Fridays, I could like do something downtown, check out a coffee shop. Unfortunately, I still have to do work because finals week is upon us. Next week is the last week of classes, so it's not like this is really a vacation. This is just a comedian that I've loved since I was in high school, basically. She's doing a tour right now, and she's going to be in Lexington, Kentucky, which is the closest location to here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I couldn't turn it down, and tickets were not crazy expensive, so I just have to go. It is at the Lexington Opera House. Let me know in the comments below if you're from Lexington or if you visited Lexington, if there's anything you'd recommend. And on the top is like the top 3 things that I really need to focus on this week. I'm going to say the first thing I need to focus on is I have another literary theory paper due that I have yet to really do anything for, so I need to read for that. And then for my medieval literature paper, I would like to start drafting some things. I've done all the reading for it, so that's good. And then also, what else do I want to do? I kind of just want to remind myself to survive finals. Definitely crunch time. Now I want to look ahead to next week. So I know I have a doctor's appointment on Monday. I'm reconciling now with my Google Calendar. Okay, the 7th is the last day of classes. The 8th is reading day, which is when you're not supposed to schedule anything. Of course, I got scheduled for a bunch of stuff and I'm just not going because that's ridiculous. It's not supposed to be that way. The 9th is the first day of finals. I do want to work this week. I need to work on a proposal for a panel that I'm doing with my friends. And then my literary theory paper is due Friday, so I need to do that final paper. And then at some point, I know from this doctor's visit, I might have to do follow-up or like do lab tests. So I'm just putting that on my radar. Looking at Google Calendar, I planned on that Thursday the 9th and Friday the 10th working the entire day. I'm not sure, my other job the entire day, so I'm just going to note that on here. That's question mark for Thursday, because I might want to spend that day actually doing my finals. And then question mark for, no, not question mark Friday. I'm definitely going to work Friday. And I do have a Zoom check-in that I have to do on Friday for one of my classes. So I'm just going to put Zoom check-in at 3:30. So I'll kind of take just like a quick break from my other job so I can check in with my faculty advisor. And that, since I just said that, I know on the 14th at 11 a.m. I do have my advising meeting on Zoom at 11 a.m. So this week I also need to do my advising paperwork. For those of you who don't know, I'm doing my PhD, and there's a lot of red tape, to say the least. So I need to do advising paperwork, and I have to revise my statement of purpose for my research. And then basically I'm free. So I know on the 16th we do have a grading party with my group of coworkers. I think that's at 1:30. Ferris Hall. And what else that week? And I did hypothetically say I was going to work Monday, Wednesday, Friday for 8 hours at my other job. So I'm going to note that on here. But I'm going to put it to the right because I'm not sure yet. And all during this time, I have to meet with my students and do my grading and answer any questions they have. But I believe final grades are due on the 20th. So I need to submit all the grades for my students. I'm just going to note that here. Now what I want to do is just go through and anything that truly needs to be highlighted. I'd like to just highlight it for funsies. I feel like the only thing out of all these that I really need to make sure that I don't screw up would be my advising meeting on the 14th. So I'm just going to highlight that real quick. I do have this on my Google Calendar, like I said, but as I'm meeting with people and I carry this around on campus and I make notes and stuff like that, I like having that on there to do like a quick reference. Of course, my literary theory paper, I am so terrified by that, and I have that highlighted already. And then I'm just going to highlight up here my lab test because I need to consider fitting that into my schedule. Okay, and I feel like that's good. So like I said, throughout my classes and throughout meetings and stuff, I'll write stuff on the right side. And let's do just some random decorating. These are like my feeling stickers from Pip Stickers. And I'm gonna put excited for the comedy show I'm going to. I'm genuinely like, I can't even describe it, like I'm giddy because it's someone that I followed for years and they've had like a huge impact on my life. So the fact that I'm gonna get to see them in person, even though I have like the nosebleed section seats. And then I know I'm gonna go out to dinner or something on Saturday. So I'm gonna put a little Chinese takeout sticker. Again, I think that's from Pip Stickers. And let's take a washi tape. If anyone wants to know, these are like washi tape containers. I had got these at Daiso in New Jersey. I'm sure you can find them on Temu or something. And I kind of like this motif of things. So I'm just gonna cut some washi tape for the bottom. The colors kind of brighten things up a little bit. So yeah, so how are you all doing? What's new in your world? What exciting plans maybe do you have for May? Is it anyone's birthday? Is anyone taking any trips? I cannot tell you how excited I am to not even think for a couple days because this semester has been really rough. Not rough in a bad way, just rough mentally. I think a lot of people don't realize like the mental requirements that doing your PhD and teaching classes and all that stuff takes on a person. So I'm just gonna put a little cup of tea up there, and I'm just gonna write, actually I'm gonna do it in this mild liner to remind myself to have some tea. I did that today and it just was really nice, and sometimes we have to be reminded of these things. So once the semester's over, my grades are submitted, I'll just be working my part-time job and answering kind of emails and doing that kind of stuff, but I'm really excited to not really have like specific plans yet. I'm gonna do some pet sitting. Eventually I'll go visit my friends and family in Philly and New Jersey and DC. So yeah, I'm actually gonna put this little arrow here for tea time because it's a nice reminder. Okay, we go to the next week. Let's take another washi tape and just do something at the bottom. I think I'm gonna do this watermelon and just write something like summer's coming. And yeah, okay. Because summer break is almost here. I don't know, I feel like A, this planner is working well for me, and B, it's just like, when I'm not overthinking the decoration part of it, and I'm doing messy planning, I don't know, it just feels a lot better. And then I'm gonna take some of these bird stickers. Y'all know I love birds. I did see one of these birds the other day, so I just thought of that now. So I'm gonna put that kind of there. I know this may not be exciting to a lot of you planner people, but that's okay. Not everything has to be super exciting, but some of y'all do like just not getting wild. And then, okay, so what's a feeling I'm probably gonna have next week? Let's anticipate our feelings. Oh, I'm definitely putting in relaxed when it's on May 16th because I will be relaxed for so many reasons, and I cannot wait. I know I keep saying that, but I'm serious, I cannot wait. And then I'm gonna put this like days of the week washi from MT Tape, because once the semester's over, I kind of feel like all those things I've been wanting to do, I'll be able to do. And this will remind me of that. Okay. So some stickers. And I might add more stuff as we go along. I like to leave at least, a lot of space blank. And that's my little spread here for the next few weeks. I don't expect to work much in this planner over the summer because this is like my academic and my work planner, but we'll see what happens with that. So that is my Kokuyo Campus weekly horizontal. Yep. Okay, now I want to give a little update about my May Da Vinci. I did post a video about the unboxing of this because I knew nothing about this until I accidentally clicked on it on Yoseka Stationery's website. So go ahead and watch that video if you're interested. It's kind of like a binder system, a little bit reminiscent of the plotter, but more affordable. This is my green little binder. Here is the cover page, and I just want to show you how I currently have it set up. I'm using my Caran d'Ache ballpoint pen that I bought when I was coming home from Mexico at the airport when I was just tired and wanted to buy something fun when I had a 4-hour layover. And so how I currently have it set up, this is just covering personal information, but how I have it set up is I created this like daily tracker, and this is mostly for health and wellness stuff, doing PhD work, doing journaling, stationery stuff, and YouTube stuff. And then the purple is like my hobbies, so piano, language learning, and reading for fun. So yeah, so this is like a fold out. The paper's a little bit thicker than normal. And what I'm going to do is each day of the month, I'm just going to put a check mark when I accomplish one of these things. Now, I do use my Apple Watch to actually track like my workouts and my health information. Like I've talked about how I've used my Google Calendar a lot, and that's just truly because it's easier to manage those things digitally. And while I would love to constantly be referring to my paper planners and stuff, I'm not going to do that. So this is the tracker for the month. And then the next thing is kind of like I'm doing a YouTube, I don't want to say tracker. This is kind of just like a fold out for YouTube ideas, my summer goals, things I need to do video-wise. I noted that I wanted to buy and print one of Linda, aka Tortajala's art magazines, and then print it out at FedEx in a color printer. So I'm not doing that this week because I'm too busy, but I'm adding it to my list to remind me of that. Then I'm using this like horizontal thing to kind of note my meals and my plans for that day. So like I can work on my shopping and stocking a little bit better, knowing like, okay, for example, I know I'm going to go out this weekend. So I'm just jotting that down so I don't forget, things like that. Then I just have some just blank pages to write my ideas on. Towards the back is a checklist. And I don't know if this is going to work, but I thought about using the checklist for my media consumption or whatever you want to call it. So the books that I read and the things that I watch. And then as people recommend stuff to me, if I put it in one of these boxes, and then I can note like which platform it's on, if I have to get it from the library, things like that, knowing that I'll probably not be able to, watch it right then and there. It'll be like a month from now or something, but if I have each little thing in one of these boxes, that might help. I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll see about that. My current complaint about the May Da Vinci, which you have to consider, is that this pen loop falls back into the planner. It does not stay out, as you can just see from how it looks, that it easily will roll back in, and it's kind of frustrating. This is probably a deal breaker for a lot of people. It drives me crazy. So even if I take out the pen, it's still like this chunky thing that's kind of there as you're writing. I wish it would just fold out and stay out, but as you can see here, it doesn't. Maybe some of the other leather designs are better with that, but this is kind of like frustrating. I've almost considered what it would be like to just take out the stitching here or just cut this out completely, using like a precision or X-Acto knife or something, because it's just kind of annoying. But for now, I'm just seeing how this works out. I still love the green color of this. I like all the different refills, and I don't even have all the refills in here. These are just the ones that I'm currently using, and I just like the look of the binder because maybe someday I will spend the money and get a plotter, but I just like how that setup is. So that's my planning video for the first 2 weeks of May. I hope you're all doing well, and I will see you next time. Take care.